Okay, so these are my top 10 chest exercises. Now, again, these are my top 10, not necessarily going from like best to worst, just how they're ranked is based on a few things. Number one, you have to be able to progressive overload it. It's gonna put you in a deep stretch, and basically everybody can do it. So let's start from the bottom of the list and work our way up. So starting at the bottom of the list is dumbbell floor press. Now, it's a pretty good exercise. And yeah, I'm getting a little stimulus to my chest, but the only issue with this exercise is because of the floor press, we're just not getting the stretch we need on the chest. And well, setting it up too gets kind of bothersome because, well, here we go. And the heavier it gets, how the heck am I supposed to get into this? So, still a good exercise, but just not as effective. And that's why it's at the bottom of my list. Now, second from the bottom of the list is deficit push-ups. Now this is a great exercise because as you can see, I get a massive stretch at the bottom. There's different variations that you can actually progressive overload it, but eventually you won't be able to progressive overload that much. So as much as a great stretch we're getting, for the sheer fact that you can't really load this as much, it stays at the bottom, a little bit better than floor press, but again, it's not gonna give us the progressive overload that we need. Still a great exercise. So number 9 is deficit push-ups. So coming in at number 8 is dips. Great exercise. As you can see, we get a massive stretch at the bottom. We can definitely progressive overload this. And we have some slight variations that can help everyone do this exercise. We can use bands to help with assist. And when we want to make it harder, we can add weight to make this a lot more challenging. The only issue with this exercise is, even though we're getting a great stretch, at the top of the lift, our arms don't come to midline. So if we want to get a great stretch and a good contraction at the top, we have to have our arm coming from here all the way across midline, and simply we don't get to with this exercise. Still very effective, still progressive overload, but again, we want to get the full range, and here we necessarily don't. So number 8 is dips. Number 7 on the list is seated cable flies, one of my favorite exercises. We get a great stretch to the back, chest comes to midline, but simply progressive overload this, you can, but we can't load it anywhere near as heavy as we can in our actual pressing movements. So as effective as this is, it's not gonna be better or more effective than, say, dumbbell press, machine press, and other movements like that. But still very effective is something that you should definitely have in your arsenal for training chest. So number 7, great exercise, seated cable flies. Number 6, barbell flat bench press. Great exercise, you can 100% overload it. And it's fairly easy for everyone to do. And we get a great stretch at the bottom. So you're wondering why flat barbell bench press is at number 6. Well, for a few reasons. Number 1, I get it, it's supposed to be the king of all chest exercises, when it simply isn't. It's just not as effective as incline machine press, incline Smith machine press, incline dumbbell press. Now those exercises develop the chest just as much as barbell flat bench. And one of the bigger reasons for barbell flat bench is people have issues with their shoulders, and it's also very prone to ego lifting. So as effective as it still is, it's number 6 on my list of top 10 chest exercises. Number 5 on our list of top 10 chest exercises is 15-degree incline dumbbell press. And here's why. Number 1, we have a slight variation of the flat bench. We get to be on a little bit of incline, so we can move slightly up the chest to hit the part of the chest that most of us are lacking, which is our pec minor. We also get an unbelievable stretch because they're dumbbells, and we get a little deeper than a barbell would bring us. And then coming all the way to the top, the dumbbells allow a little more free motion to be able to get our arms to midline to get a better squeeze at the top and a better full range of motion. So number 5, my top 10 chest exercises is 15-degree incline dumbbell press. Number 4 on my top 10 chest exercises is 30-degree incline barbell press. And here's why. Great progressive overload with this exercise. 2, we get a great stretch as well. It's easier on the shoulders. We're gonna develop the chest just as much as flat bench, but we get more of our upper chest, and we can progressive overload it. Now, the only downfall to this exercise is just sheer safety. You have to do it with a partner, and you're a little bit at risk of injury if you decide to bring ego into this lift. When it comes to barbell exercises, most people do. Still an effective exercise. So top 4 is 30-degree incline barbell press. Coming in at number 3 for my top 10 chest exercise is 30-degree incline dumbbell press. Much like barbell 30-degree incline press, we hit the top of the chest that most of us are lacking. We can overload it really well, but the best thing about this exercise is we get an unbelievable stretch because we have dumbbells and we get a better range of motion coming to the top to bring our arms across midline. The only issue with this is there's none. It's my favorite, one of my favorite. So number 3 on my list of top 10 chest exercises is 30-degree incline dumbbell press. And coming in at number 2 is one of my favorite. Smith Machine, 30-degree Smith Machine incline press. And here's why. We get all the benefits of 30-degree incline dumbbell press. We get a good stretch, maybe not as much as dumbbells, but we can also load this out more so we can progressive overload that much better. We still get a stretch, and it's overall just safer than the rest. So there's no fear of going as hard as you possibly can, but smart as well too. So number 2 for my top 10 best chest exercises is 30-degree incline Smith Machine press. Coming in at number 1 for my top 10 chest exercises is incline machine press. And here's why. Not only do we get the benefits of a great deep stretch like the dumbbell 30-degree incline press, we also have the ability to load this and be safe like the Smith Machine 30-degree incline press. What makes this a really good exercise too is it's great for all levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So for me, my number 1 for top 10 chest exercise is gonna be 30-degree incline machine press. That is it for today's video. Now remember, this is my top 10 list of chest exercises. Some of the exercises can be your top and some can be your bottom. What matters is the exercise that you connect with the most. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know, I'm gonna come up with that tell like it is, transparent, all the truth. And for coaching, JohnRashid.com. Also, guys, hit the description below for those discount codes and promo codes that'll save your life or change your life for the better. Make sure you guys add me on Instagram and TikTok. Send me your progress pics or training pics and your video clips, and I already posted for you because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace. Number 2 on my list for chest. Number 2 for best overall. Wow. So number fucking 2. Actually, whoop, let's do this. There you go. I need to like plant a. You trying to blow up your biceps? Bam, and then blow up and then just. I got some bicep techniques. I got some arm techniques. I'm gonna blow up your biceps.